Be ready. Louis, you got CPU?
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the magnificent McMurtry Riddle Pavilion, home of
And good evening. Welcome to Benedictine. I'm Austin Levin, and next to me is Louis Tompkins.
Hello.
We've got an exciting evening of basketball ahead of you tonight.
Holy Spirit, let us pray. Heavenly Father, bless us as we gather in your name. Keep our student eye and good judgment. Help the coaches, players, and spectators to treat each other with courtesy and respect. Remember that this gymnasium is a classroom where good sportsmanship is taught. At the end of the game, bring us all safely to our homes. We make our prayers through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Sorry for the pause there, folks. We can see he's in street clothes. We'll be right back after the starting lineups.
Zach Murphy.
He's been dominant in the post for the Saints all year. Mitchell drives. Great hand from Willie Jennings. He's getting the start today, and Sonny Bridges is absent. We're sorry we don't have the scoreboard correct here. Nice feed from Greta Murphy. Murphy back to Jennings. Saints at the offense. These cold first quarters here, a pattern for the Saints. Great defense from the Saints, and Gray out ahead of the fast break. Can't quite finish. When you got a big guy moving down the court like that, I mean, that's just quite impressive in itself. Elite speed there from Darius Gray. It's been all cadets in the first. Take one, draw a foul. Cadets been able to get inside early.
MJ Winston at the line to shoot. 2.
Just like that, the Cadets already up 5-1. And now, Lewis, I tell you, as I was telling our viewers here today, Saints offense been cold in the first quarter.
Cold, you said?
Cold.
Yeah.
Last outing, only 3 points against Woodbury in the first quarter. Outing before that, 4 against Collegiate. And
it seems we need to, warm up.
Yeah.
Maybe,
You gotta get going. Because the other team's not warming up. They're getting to work.
See, Thomas Youngkin almost fumbled it. We're just like our nerves, maybe. It might be nerves.
I don't know about that one, but that's a nice drive from Brandon Jennings. Now, the Saints definitely shows a lot of poise late in the game, but, just early, you've gone against 2 tough defensive opponents in Woodbury Forest and Collegiate. And that might be a big part of that, instead of just the Saints offense. But at the same time, you don't really have time to adjust offensively to your opponent unless you want to get behind really early, which the Saints have been. Collegiate, luckily, they held them to 7 points. Woodbury, they were not so lucky.
Yeah.
And Brandon Jennings drives to the basket, draws contact. Offense been moving more through Brandon Jennings than ever. A lot of cold shooting from the Saints recently, and Brandon Jennings has tried to fill the void. But I'll tell you, for the Saints to win here tonight, we're going to need guys firing from all cylinders.
Zach Murphy is usually a good shooter on the team.
And he's been cold recently. That's not helping the Saints through, I think, an offensive struggle. Thomas Youngkin's also been quiet recently, hoping to get him more involved tonight.
Elbow. Nope.
Jacob Zoller into the game for the Saints.
Jacob Zoller checking on the Saints. Winstead, he's been devastating the Saints so far early. That's offline. And Youngkin, a deep three, lines it up, and that's going to rim out. Saints had 2 threes so far rim out. Murphy's early, and then Youngkin's right there.
Thomas Youngkin probably could have taken a step up for that three, in my opinion.
And Miller, great hands from Thomas Youngkin right there for the pickpocket. Down low. Great defense from the Saints. Youngkin, the pass to Cosby, steps in a three, and that's good. Youngkin with a beautiful assist to Stu Cosby, who knocks that down. And that's that shooting on all cylinders. We need guys, if Murphy and Youngkin are cold, we need guys like Stuart Cosby to step up and start raining some threes, and that's a great start for him.
I find that Saints defense is a lot more consistent than their offense. Like, their offense might be like one player's, cold or another one's hot during the week, but defense are usually, universally, as a team, very consistently good.
I would agree. Saints got a lot of different defensive weapons. Zoller, Willie Jennings, Brandon Jennings, and of course Darius Gray. I think I'm
wingspans.
Maybe, but that's a nice swing from Brandon Jennings down to Stuart Cosby. Excellent find. Just like that, the Saints, after starting slow in this first quarter, are now up by 2, 10-8. Drives in, another draw foul on the Cadets. Saints defense has been leading to good offense here. And as you were talking about the defensive consistency for the Saints, that's turning into offense here because you're getting looks in transition, you're getting steals, and you're setting the offense. Or not setting the offense. You're going at it, attacking, and getting yourself good looks.
It's just like catching those missed passes or mess ups that.
The mess ups, if you will.
That the Cadets might have.
Force feeds, yeah. Duncan thought about that one there. Drives to the lane. Got to do that more. Good take. Gets his own miss and goes back up with it and puts it in. Thomas Youngkin. An impressive finish right there. Saints now up by 4. And the Cadets take a timeout after a dominant latter half of this quarter so far for the Saints. Cadets started off strong, but it's been all Saints as of the recent minutes.
Yeah, they've been pulling away.
And welcome back. Saints got a 4-point lead over the Cadets. With about 2 minutes left to play in the first. Lewis, what have you liked so far from the Saints?
What do I like?
What have you liked so far?
What have I liked so far? I like their consistent defense and their see how number 10 right now? See how he's moving man to man? They're consistently keeping up with the ball. They're not losing track of it.
Absolutely. Saints been very aggressive. And just like that, great defense turns into great offense. Cosby, the feed down low to Jacob Zoller.
A common strategy the Saints use on offense is like quick passing to kind of maybe throw the defense off.
That's when the Saints are certainly at their best, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But the Saints aren't falling for that.
Launches a three. Saints moving in transition tonight. That's been the key to success. As Jennings pulls up a mid-range jumper and knocks it down. The last few contests with the Cadets have been close. First one, the Cadets cut back from a huge lead and cut it to 3. Other matchup was a much closer contest all around, but still only a 3-point game.
I know Benedictine got that 3, but that 3 was a slap off of Brandon Jennings. But even then, you could see the Saints could consistently keep up with quick passing.
And that's how you rebound, as Jacob Zoller earning himself some more minutes with an excellent finish down low. Great hustle, and he's been exceptional on all fronts of the Saints.
Yeah, he was not getting through there.
Cosby up the Zoller. Saints gonna probably want the foul there. Don't get it. And the Cadets are running it on a 4-on-5.
Another thing about the Saints defense is they're all generally tall. Like almost every single player down there. Brandon Jennings.
Well, the Saints got some guys who we got a few under 6-foot guys.
Yeah, but compared to some of the Cadets players, they're generally pretty decently tall.
Absolutely. Saints are a much bigger team than the Cadets, I'll tell you that.
So if it's like a 2-on-1 in the paint and you got 2 Saints guys putting their hands up, it's impossible. Like, it's very, very hard to get through.
Absolutely. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. We'll be back to you soon. And welcome back. About to start the second quarter here. Saints up with a commanding 7-point lead in the first. Scoring more than double what they scored in their first 2 quarters combined. 7 points combined in their last 2 first quarters, except this one against the Cadets where they've scored 18. Quite the impressive first quarter for the Saints. And it's been good defense to good offense.
Yeah, they have a decently comfortable 7-point lead in which they can kind of, relax.
Can't relax too much or they'll cut you apart like that. Excellent feed from number 10, Quentin Tolson, who sets up Hudson Williams down low. Jennings back to Murphy. That's an errant pass. Right idea from Jennings to go in and out, but that ball was not the right location. Jennings either frustrated with Murphy or himself there. I'm not sure which. Either wanted the pass to be on the better place or wanted Murphy in a different spot. Either way, it's an error from the Saints right there.
I think that Benedictine has kind of realized that, the Saints offense is kind of down low, and they have good defense down low. So they responded with putting in a little bit bigger guys, taller guys. Number 10, I could be butchering this name.
Quentin
Tolson, yes. And number 14.
Number 14, we're sorry.
Can't find that. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have 14 on our rosters, unfortunately. We'll let you know about that in the second half. We can get a roster copy. A roster update on who. Murphy, a deep 3, and he drains it. Oh, sorry. You're looking at the wrong number. You're thinking of Connor Pleasance. They got out there. They got Tolson, and they got, of course, Hudson Williams.
Oh, sorry. It was 34. My bad.
I was going to say, who exactly is 14?
Yeah.
You're all good, though. And Omar Johnson also has a little more size for the Cadets.
Good passing from down low from the Cadets.
Excellent feats to set up back-to-back good looks down low for the Cadets. Cadets have been getting good Jennings. And the Saints now up by a comfortable 12. As Brandon Jennings is starting to take over this game. And folks, we're now back on the to a regular stream here. We had a brief technical setback. Hope you enjoy the radio commentary. We'll take a timeout as the Cadets taking a timeout as the Saints have taken a 12-point lead catapulted by Brandon Jennings' defensive efforts and finishes at the rim. Once again, folks, we apologize for those technical difficulties. Thankfully, they were only very brief. And, of course, we still have the audio going to do a radio commentary. Saints here taking a comfortable 12-point lead with about 5:30 or so in the second quarter. Winstead. The Cadets have been able to go down low here as Tolson loads up a mid-range jumper. It's not going to fall. Jennings with Thompson on him. Swings out to his brother, Willie Jennings. Zoller out. Jennings takes Thompson. Pulls up a mid-range, heavily contested, and it's going to rim in and out.
I think Cadets kind of playing like man-to-man defense, but they're kind of swapping as the Saints move. But generally, they're playing man-to-man while.
And that's hurt the Cadets tonight, especially when the Saints bring in their starting lineup.
Yeah.
Because offensively the Cadets' issues are turnovers. Saints are aggressive on the defensive side of the ball. We've got guys knocking down. Brandon Jennings has been going to the lane pretty easily, and Zach Murphy hit a deep three. Stuart Cosby knocked one down.
They're landing shots. They're getting jumpers and threes.
We're getting good looks.
Cadets keep trying to run the ball deep, but I mean.
And this 14-point lead here, you got to definitely credit to the way the Saints have been able to get their hands in the lane, jump passes, and knock balls off course. Well, the Cadets have had some success going down low. They can't really go much going from the outside, and they're not getting a lot of good looks because they're not getting the shots off in general. They're getting a lot of turnovers for the Saints. Saints are getting a lot of turnovers.
I think some of that is just straight up just Darius. I mean,
well, Brandon Darius, I think it's the whole team. Everyone's got their hands in the lane.
But part of the problems down low is the Saints always have one man in the paint, and it's usually been Darius these past few possessions.
And Darius is too much for the Cadets to handle, clearly. He's
sort of the quicker guys handle the outside.
And he's starting to dish out as Murphy launches a three, and he's got another one. Murphy ending his cold slump tonight in a big way as he's hit 2 threes in a row. Long range from Murphy. Good look. You cannot give the Saints specialist shooter a look like that, and he'll make you pay for it. Murphy wants the ball back. Look, he's running the point here in Sonny Bridges' absence. Bridges got hurt in the Woodbury Forest game, unfortunately. Don't know status on when he'll return.
Ooh, that was a tough shot to take.
Yeah, I got to get the ball moving a little better than that one in that possession. Excellent take from Winstead. He's been the source of the Cadet offense.
Timeout.
As the Saints are going to take a timeout, Coach Jones did not like, I think, the way Winstead got to the lane right there. And we'll take a timeout with you. Saints still up by 13. And welcome back. 3 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Saints up by 13 as Murphy inbounds it to Brandon Jennings. Saints got a shooter lineup in here with Stuart Cosby, Thomas Youngkin, Zach Murphy. And the way Brandon Jennings been shooting the ball of late, you can throw him in the mix too. Because Jennings knocked down 2 threes against Collegiate. They were quite impressive. Excellent hands on the previous defensive possession for the Cadets as they jumped the backdoor cut from Zach Murphy. Sorry, from Stu Cosby to Zach Murphy. Jennings, speaking of Jennings' three-point shooting, he knocks down a 3. Hit off the front iron and bounced in for the Saints. Brandon Jennings progressing as an outside shooter. And if you're a college scout, you'd love to see that.
The Saints defense tends to be less up in their face, while the Cadets are like, they're poking at the ball and they're playing like it's third and fourth quarter.
Another shooter's roll for the Saints as Stuart Cosby gets that one to fall. He's got 6. Saints just firing from deep. Murphy and Cosby with 4 threes. Tolson tries to answer for the Cadets. I don't think that's the shot they want him taken.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have MJ Winstead watching that one from deep.
You can tell the difference because the Saints, they walk it up, they relax, kind of they can run their game, while the Cadets, they have the clock to worry about because they're half the score of the Saints right now, so they have to go. Which, that can mess up your game.
The Cadets, you see that score up there, it's got to be a little rattling.
Yeah,
I know the Cadets
sure.
cut back and made a comeback on the in their first outing, but even so, it's not, when you're down by 19 points, you got to be thinking about how the other team's playing, and you try to start, trying to cut that lead and play a little too aggressive. As there's Brandon Jennings adding to that lead, and he has been exceptional this whole first half.
He's hit almost every jumper, a couple threes.
And don't forget that defense, because that was an exceptional. His defense has led to his own offense, as well as setting up his other players on his team. And unlike in Woodbury, I feel like the ball isn't just sticking with Brandon. He's dishing it, distributing it. He feels like because he knows he's got guys hitting, he can distribute it. And that's a big thing for the Saints.
If Brandon Jennings and Zach Murphy continue to play like offensively the way they're playing, and if the whole team continues to play defensively, it's game.
It's very difficult to beat us when we have our guys firing like that. Junior Colin Mitchell to the line. Substitutions for both teams. Got Omar Johnson in for the Cadets to relieve Hudson Williams. As Darius Gray back in for the Saints, providing the Saints with a big presence down low. As Stuart Cosby's more a little bit, a stretch 4. Darius Gray, pure 5 right there. And he's exceptional at being a pure 5.
30 seconds now.
Youngkin looking for Murphy. Trying to get the hot hand the ball. Him and Brandon Jennings both being the hot hands in this lineup right now.
Brandon Jennings just checked the clock. He's going to slow it down.
Only 17 seconds left in this first quarter.
Trying to make it the last play. 3 seconds on the shot clock, though.
Yeah, barely got that one off. Cadets are going to get the last shot of the half here. Miller. Nope. And Zach Murphy jumps that one. Great defense from Murphy. He played his best defensive game, I thought, against Woodbury Forest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in a losing effort, but nice to see him improving on the defensive side of the ball, his biggest weakness.
Shot. Ooh.
And that shot's going to conclude your first half. Saints up by a comfortable 20 points. Yet, remember, the Cadets cut back the lead in their first outing. Made it a 3-point game. Saints trying to go 3-0 against the Cadets here. And that's the half. welcome back to our second half of action. Saints up by 20, but keep in mind, Lewis, last time Saints faced the Cadets, sorry, not the last time, the first time the Saints played the Cadets, they got to a big-time lead, and the Cadets managed to cut it to just 3 points. As a matter of fact, both the Saints and Cadets outings so far have been 3-point victories for the Saints.
Yeah. So having double their score and by a large margin, 20 points, I mean, at half, that's a huge lead to comfortably run your offense.
But keep in mind, that's basically what happened the first time they played. The very first time they played, Saints up big, like 19, 20 points. And guess what? The Cadets managed to storm back and make it a 3-point game, and the Saints barely squeak it out. So while the Cadets have clearly shown they're capable of coming back on this Saints team, so the Saints team cannot be complacent.
Hopefully
Just like that, steps into a jumper, not going to fall from Brent Thompson. Got Murphy with a ball fake.
Hopefully the halftime rest wasn't too long to kind of let them sleep a little, you know,
keep their
head in the game.
Driving, Thompson, that's way off mark.
Yeah.
Saints running. Murphy wants it, but Jennings going to step into his own. Ooh. And I don't know if that was what the Saints want to do in that possession. Jennings, well, he's been hot from deep, don't get me wrong, but Murphy, we have Murphy. I think we had Murphy. Gray might have been there down low. That's a heavily contested 3. Slow down, run the offense a little bit. I know transition's been working, but you don't want to take horrible, bad looks. That was a heavily contested 3 right there.
Yeah. That's another thing, too. The Saints can't get too confident. Like, they got to throw up reliable shots like they've been doing the first half.
Same thing, yeah. Keep the same strategy. And just like that, the Cadets' big man got 2. Jennings attacks, tries to draw the foul. Yeah, and that's what was kind of happening against Woodbury. Ball was kind of sticking, and it wasn't moving. Saints got to be able to distribute here. And there's Jennings getting it back. Excellent play. And then he throws it to his brother, Willie Jennings, who goes up and under with a finish. Excellent finish from Willie Jennings right there. And what a feed from Brandon Jennings. Incredible pass from Brandon Jennings. Saints get the rebound. Murphy back to Brandon Jennings. Now that's a great look at 3 from Jennings, and it's not going to fall. But see, the ball didn't stick there. Got a clean look. Move. That's what the Saints got to do. And a sloppy turnover from the Cadets right there.
Maybe they just got to warm back up to it or something. Like Zach Murphy, he was cold the first few shots. Remember, then he landed 2 threes, like almost back to back.
Murphy had been freezing cold coming into this one, and he was lethal in the first half. Brandon Jennings, who had 17 in the first half, attacks the basket. That's not going to go.
Maybe Brandon is just kind of tired. Maybe they got to move the ball to different players.
Yeah, I agree. The ball's just sticking. It's not. We're not distributing it here. To start the second half. It's going through 3, which is great but at the same time, right? If you want to we got to get 3 the looks, and if we don't have ball movement, then 3's not going to get those looks.
Yeah.
Murphy calling for the ball there. He's going to get it. Thought about a 3. Charlie Miller shifts onto them. Read the scouting report. Knows Murphy's got that kind of range. Youngkin. Back to Darius Gray. Now this is good ball movement. Gray with a sidestep. Can't go. Tips it back out to Willie Jennings, and that sets up a Murphy look at 3, and that's going to go off the rim.
That was a pretty deep 3, I'd say.
No, but the look was clean. The ball movement. You see that ball movement with the tip out, the swing. That's what the Saints got to be doing offensively. I know they didn't get the result they wanted to, but the ball was moving. Darius passed it. We saw Youngkin move it. We saw Brandon move it. Willie swing it. Like, that's the type of things you got to see. The ball cannot just stick for the Saints. As you said it earlier, quick, swift passes are when the Saints are at their best.
Yeah.
That's not when the ball is obviously not when the ball is sticking. Off mark from Thompson.
And like quick player movement too is good for the Saints offense. Like not, sloshing around and stuff, obviously, but I mean like big sprints, like that, like big
Murphy,
sprint in, quick
and he's
dash.
got that one. Zach Murphy answering for that cold slump in a big way. He's got 9 on 3 3-pointers and an efficient 9 too. Goes to the lane, and that's been MJ Winstead, who had 10 in the first half. There's a basket for him. Jennings attacks the basket, and Willie Jennings. This Saints offense has looked incredible. Apparently they saved all the miraculous offense
For the second half.
No, for this game instead of the Woodbury Forest one, because this offense looks completely different. However, cannot give Winstead that look. He's been exceptional. He's got about 15. And we'll be back if we take a timeout with about 3 minutes left in the quarter.
All right, I'm back with the third quarter, 3 minutes left.
Saints up 20, just like they were to start the second half. Cadets are pressing as Amar Johnson up in the grill of Brandon Jennings, who passes to brother Willie. Cosby, who had 10 in the first half. Been a career night for him. And he spots up a mid-range J, and that's going to go 12 points. And Cosby's big night continues. It's been him and Murphy on all cylinders. 5 threes for them combined. And 21 points. And that's the type of offense the Saints need. And there's a 3 from Charlie Miller. He's got 8. At least, sorry, he should have 8. That one back on the contact. On the floor. Winstead wanted the shooting foul. Didn't get it.
Youngkin's not really having the best night here, but
No, Youngkin's still been cold, unfortunately. He's not.
Yeah.
He's been in a little bit of a slump.
an interesting
The defense from the Saints, a surprising no call. You think they're either foul on the defense or offensive there. Officials let them play there.
Oh,
Handsy
good
from
steal.
Amar Johnson nearly stole that one. As Jennings attacks the basket. Foul, he'll be shooting 2.
It's like
Brandon Jennings.
It's like I was kind of saying earlier, the the Cadets are playing kind of a more aggressive game. You know, they're poking at the ball. They're really trying to run their score up.
They're starting
so they
to,
can
they're
match
starting
the
to, yeah, they're
Saints.
starting to press, and they're
Yeah.
starting to play more aggressive. Jennings a chance for 19. Free throw shooting a problem for Jennings as of late. See if we can resolve that here. First one is good.
Quentin Tosin back in the lineup for the Cadet.
18 from Jennings. He's nearing 20. Kelton Welch ready to come back in for the Saints. First time this half, we'll see Welch.
Sorry.
Smaller lineup here for the Cadets. No Puccinelli on the floor. Winstead, Dish, and Jennings
Good poke.
has been incredible defensively tonight. He has been everywhere. And he's got Stu Cosby, see if he sees him. No, he takes it, and he sees the other guy open, and that is Jacob Zoller. He's been great, too. Saints, everyone contributing tonight here, it feels like, for the Saints.
Yeah. As a team,
then-
I feel like defensively they covered like every angle around the.
And they are forcing
Around the
a
court.
ton of Cadet turnovers.
Yeah, a lot.
Jennings,
Wow.
and
Three.
no one putting a body on him. A lot of offensive rebounds as he goes
Triple.
up there and masterfully positions himself to get the basket.
He's gonna be.
Can't do that if you're the Cadets. You got to get rebounds.
He's gonna be the last two plays of the quarter here.
Nor can you do that for the Saints as Charlie Miller knocks down his third three of the night.
Charlie Miller with a trifecta.
He's over 10.
So probably be last play of the night if the Saints can play their cards right.
Yeah, they hold the ball. They can easily take. They should be taking the last shot here.
Or not last play of the night. Sorry, last play of the quarter.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
All right,
Happens to all
5
of
seconds.
us. Winstead. Johnson. At the buzzer
What a shot.
from Omar Johnson. And we got a 20-point game heading into the fourth. Cadets been showing they can make a comeback in the first outing. We'll see if they can do it here. We'll be right back.
But once again, Saints are up by 20.
Saints
as
by
they
20.
end.
Time's running short.
Yeah.
And welcome back. Ready for our last quarter here of the fourth quarter. Saints up by 20. Bounds it to Brandon Jennings, who's got Omar Johnson, who hit that end of the third quarter buzzer beater. Willie Jennings out to Darius Gray. Cadets have kind of slowed him down in the paint. What they haven't done is stop Brandon Jennings, Zach Murphy, or Stu Cosby. Murphy gets up there. And Charlie Miller's been one of Benedictine's sources of light here
Tough
in this
guys.
deficit. Uses his body well right there. Miller hits the first free throw. Gray finds the open man. It's Willie Jennings. Miller on Murphy. That's, I think, a battle the Saints might want to exploit. Murphy's got a significant size advantage, and he's been effective all night, which they are going to as Murphy
Good
gets off
ball
a
movement.
screen, and that is not going to fall. Can't get the shooter's roll.
I know he didn't like I know he didn't make the three go in, but like the ball movement created the pocket to where Murphy could get a shot off.
Great play. You'll take that look every time.
Yeah.
High percentage look for the Saints. Those are the types of shots you want to see. Wide open looks at 3. You'll take those every day of the week. Foul on Darius.
Quentin Tolson at the line. Excuse me.
Sorry.
No shot.
A brief technical difficulty. That's going to be on the floor. Miller. Tolson, big screener right there. Physical guy.
Yeah.
Nearly created space for Miller there. Murphy barely got off the screen in time. Oof, Tolson put a body on him.
I think the Cadets were trying to run a play and like open up a pocket, but
trying to get Miller involved, and he's been the hot hand. Only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to launch that, and they're not going to. That's a shot clock violation.
There's a shot clock.
But the Saints, it's actually just going to turn to a steal. Jennings, aggressive. Murphy, he might want to attack here.
Number 11, Omar Johnson, has been on Brandon Jennings at the beginning.
He has been swarming him after Brandon Jennings' dominant start. Much better defense here from the Cadets in this 4th quarter. Murphy going to want to attack here, and does. Mid-range jumper from Zach Murphy is going to fall. He's in double figures with 11. Yeah, that's the type of matchup he's got to exploit. He's got height and I think a lot of weight too on Charlie Miller. As there's a 3 from Omar Johnson. Omar Johnson been the Cadets' defensive highlight tonight. He's working on Brandon Jennings, who had a dominant first half, and Johnson's kind of slowed him down here.
Look how much space Darius has right there.
Yeah, that's what the Cadets have been doing really well tonight. That's the biggest bright spot for the Cadets here tonight. They're getting Darius Gray away from the paint.
Offensive movement, passing.
Young can turn around, can't get it, but they
rebound.
couldn't get Darius Gray away that time. But they can get their hands in there as Quentin Tolson, who's been able to handle Darius Gray tonight, swipes in there and gets the steal. Another frustration foul from Darius Gray.
Oh. Cadets kind of stumbling there.
Tolson, an enforcer in the paint. And he's going to step out of bounds.
That was just poor positioning, in my opinion, I think. Putting himself down there in the corner. Trying to get some help. There we go. Saints just got to pass it more.
Again, ball did not move very well there. That's going to result in a steal, and Charlie Miller nearly lays it in.
That was a very good attempt.
Yeah, good fast. Did everything they wanted to for the Cadets right there. And I don't think Coach Jones liked that one bit, and they're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Saints up by 17.
All right, back with the fourth quarter.
17-point lead with about 4:30 left to go, and Gray attacks the. Gray getting himself involved there.
Cadets are going to try to run an offensive play.
Oh, and Charlie Miller is wide open here.
Yeah,
That was a big miss opportunity. Secures the board over Tolson.
Oh, keeps control of it. Willie Jennings to Brandon. Yeah.
Game's not really working through him tonight, and it's everyone sort of. Everyone's contributing from the outside, I think in particular.
It's a different style of game. It's not.
And the way he's been swinging the rock around.
On the That's a good rebound. Like it's consistently just shot.
Jennings more mid-range and attacking the basket.
Yeah.
He's been sort of the non-shooting element for the Saints in the sense that he's getting to the lane, but he's getting to the lane through the steals, which is another big part of this game. As Tolson's game kind of restrained to just an interior guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a jumper.
But Murphy for sure.
We're talking about Quentin Tolson. Talking about Quentin Tolson for the Cadets.
There you go. Once again, Cosby. Gets a good shot up, but just can't make it land.
Not going to go. Cosby's had an awesome day. As Murphy against Miller there. Johnson's aggressive defense going to warrant a foul right there. Lineup in the game. I was talking about number 10, Tolson. His game sort of, restrained to the inside.
If Youngkin, I know he's been a little cold recently, but when Youngkin gets going, he's a pretty good mid-range shooter too.
Cosby contested three, and he drains it. 15 points for Stuart Cosby. And he's been exceptional tonight for the Saints.
Once again, the Saints have kind of kept this 20-point-ish lead where
this Saints team showed up against Woodbury Forest. They might have a different ball game then, I'll tell you that, where they're shooting. Heavy contact there. Omar Johnson. He's down. He's been aggressive all night. You got to admire the effort.
Omar Johnson, he's been very good, especially on defense, I've noticed.
Yeah. He's been a really aggressive player tonight. Caused a few problems for the Saints.
Yeah, for sure. Especially he's been the man on Brennan Jennings coming up.
Yeah,
he's prevented him from just walking right up.
And he slowed him down in the second half. This has not been the second half for Brennan Jennings here. It's been distributing. He's been, and that's great. That's what he needs to do.
Not as extremely strong as he was.
But yeah, it's not the offensive juggernaut that we saw in the first half in the sense that he scored 17 in the first half of play.
Johnson will have one more.
Yet even though Johnson has, prevented Jennings from scoring, we can't overlook all the output. Even with Johnson on him, Brandon Jennings has had on the second half.
Could be wrong, but I think we're seeing some new cadet faces.
We are.
Number 3 and 20.
We got 3 Will Halstead and number 20 DJ O'Brien.
Yeah.
Gray, and this cadet lineup just too small.
He was
to handle Darius Gray.
Open. I think I saw some miscommunication there from the cadet defense.
Well, I don't even know about that. I just don't know if this cadet lineup they have on the floor right now is big enough to even remotely contend with Darius Gray. He's the biggest guy on the court by a long shot, and that is a problem. Jennings with the floater, and he attacks, gets by Johnson on that one. And just like that, cushion is 24 with only a minute left to go. This is not a close outing here, I'll tell you that. Unlike the other two contests.
Well, we'll be back after the timeout.
And welcome back. Saints have their reserves in here with a comfortable 24-point cushion. And this has not been that close outing that these other two games were.
No.
Been just complete blowout from the Saints, and they have looked exceptional tonight.
He's been in all game.
But Rex
He's definitely
Alvin,
a starter.
I'm not assuming that, but Rex Alvin is a big body down low, 6'4". Again, future Bucknell soccer player. DJ O'Brien draws the foul. Saints up 66-42 with a minute 20. As O'Brien hits a relatively big part of last year's Saints team. The way they played offensively and defensively benefited his role, and all that raw athleticism. This year the Saints are a different team, and that's why Kirk George has a different role. But he's been exceptional when he's gotten in. But I want to talk about Brendan Ingle, who scored 11 points in a fourth quarter, in just one quarter, against I believe it was
situation like this.
Yeah, and keep in mind that clock was running, so those 11 points were particularly impressive. As speaking of that,
we might
Brendan
see something
Ingle,
similar,
and he's fighting to earn some extra time, because every time he gets in, it's instant offense for the Saints. He's been exceptional on the offensive side of the ball. Tough jumper, he knocks that one down.
We might see something similar from Brandon.
3 ball. Cadets need a lot. Cadets need a lot more of that. Feisty right there from number 5, Marshall Williams. Surprised with no foul call there.
Another 3.
And that one is way off from O'Brien. That's out of bounds. Yeah.
Cadets seem a little bit more focused.
No, they're aggressive.
They're getting at it.
Well, when you're down by this type of margin, 47-68, you're clearly going to be a little frustrated.
Yeah. And I guess
the other thing affecting Kirk George's role, I'll bring back to that, is that injury he suffered. He didn't play for most of the
it's like 15 seconds left. One of the last plays here.
Season, yeah. This will be the last play. Saints should just hold the ball here. They're not. And Evan Fisher will get a chance to score some points here as he draws the foul. No, Kirk George, unfortunately, injured to start the season. They didn't really get to try out, or not really try, because he had been on the team the way he played last year.
Not at his full potential.
No, but he didn't have time to build the chemistry with the guys. That's essential. He was on the football team, didn't get those practices in. He comes back, he's hurt. So the chemistry, I don't know, is there, and that might be one of the reasons why his role is not what it used to be, as well as, of course, the different style of play.
Especially for like a guy down low, you got to trust him that you can pass to him.
Yeah,
and he can handle it.
And then, of course, Nunezans. Anyway, Saints just going to run the clock out there. 47-68, final 21-point victory for the Saints. This one not even close. First 2 outings against the Cadets, 3-point ball games. This one, 7 times that, 21 points over the 21-point win over the Cadets. That's your final, 47-68. I'm Austin Levin. This is Lewis Tompkins.
Yeah.
And
thank you
for tuning in.